So, welcome to you all, my beloved class 10 students. You are now in class 10, very important period in your career. So, I hope you will try best to achieve success in the last annual HSC examination. So, this is very important and crisis hour owing to effect of coronavirus and COVID-19. The schools are being closed by the order of the government. So online classes are very important for your study, which are very helpful. So now look at and listen me. I will teach you a poem now. Solitary repair. Solitary repair. This is a ballad which is written by William Wordsworth. You know, William Wordsworth is one of the greatest romantic poets, ballad writers in the world of poetry. William Wordsworth was a famous poet. He was born in Cockermouth on 7th April 1770 and died on 23rd April in the year 1850. So during his short spans of life, Wordsworth had written a lot of poetry, and he had created his own poetical phenomenon and realm of success in writing poetry. Wordsworth defined poetry as the spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling. It takes its origin from emotion recollected in tranquility. So Wordsworth is a poet of nature. Especially he has given more importance about nature, love in all his poetry. So Solitary Repair, one of the greatest poem in his lifetime. Now I am reading here now the poem. So listen attentively. Behold her single in the field, yon solitary highland lass, reaping and singing by herself. Stop here or gently pass. Really, Wordsworth was a great observer of nature. The serenity, the beauty of nature, calm and quiet, the devotional thinking of his mind that he had dedicated in writing poetry is reflected here in this poem. One day, the Wordsworth was passing through the hill area with his sister Dorothy. And while he was passing from distance, he heard the song which was very sonorous. A Highland girl was cutting corns, was cutting grains and binding. While he was cutting and binding grains, she was singing song. So, which was very much attractive and sonorous. What Wordsworth listened from distance. Another line, listen. Alone she cuts and binds the grain and sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the valley profound is overflowing with the sound. So, the poet means the narrator has described about anyone who is passing nearby as the girl was cutting and binding grains from distance and with singing song alone in the field. No one was there. So the poet was greatly attracted by the beauty and sonorous voice of that song, of her song. So advised to the passers, don't wait. Advise the passers not to wait or disturb as the girl was singing alone. The song was very much attractive and sonorous, very charming. So, one may listen attentively or pass by. So, another paragraph, no nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary hands of travelers in some shady haunt among Arabian sands. A voice so thrilling never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the seas, breaking the silence of the seas among the farthest Herbrides. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old unhappy far off things and battles long ago. Or is it some humbly familiar matters of today, some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been maybe again? Whatever the theme, the maiden sang as if her saying could have no more ending. I saw her singing at her work, and over the sickle bending, I listened motionless and still, and the music in my heart I bore long after it was heard no more. So Wordsworth the summary. The summary, look at her alone in the field, that the Highland girls, the Scottish girl, by herself over there, she is cutting the grain and singing to herself. Stop or listen. to her or walk quietly. She cuts and gathers the grain and sings sad song. Listen, the deep valley is overflowing with her sound. No nightingale ever sing more soothing notes to tired groups of travelers. They wasted at oasis in the Arabian desert. The cuckoo bird never sang with such an effective voice in the spring, breaking the ocean silence around Scottish Isle. Would not anyone tell me what her sing is about? Maybe she sings so sadly for all travelers, an ancient battle, or maybe the song of humbler about everyday things, the pains and sorrows of everyone endures. So whatever she was singing about, the young women sang, as though her song would never end. I saw her singing while she walked, bending over the to cut and the wheat with a sickle. I listened to her without moving, and as I walked on up a hill, I carried her music in my heart, and I still do long after I stopped hearing it. This is the gist of the poem. Thank you all.